His name is Tom, a billionaire. He declared to the whole world that he had built the tallest building in the United States. Coincidentally, a few days ago, when his daughter was celebrating her birthday, he asked her what she wanted. The girl said she wanted a cat. Actually, Tom hates cats the most, but because girls like him to indulge, Tom drove to a pet store. Suddenly a cat fell from the sky.
Jeez.
The cats were looking at him as if they were looking at a prey. Tom is going to randomly pick a cat, and then leave. Can I pick one? He didn't choose the cat chose him. Just as a cat jumped on the table. I'm right, it was chosen. The shop owner tells Tom that cats have 9 lives. This cat has already used up 7 lives. Tom is confused after hearing this. When he was about to pay and leave, he was attracted by a news bulletin. The neighboring city has quietly built a tower higher than his house. When Tom heard, he immediately called his subordinates to confirm. He took the cat to the top floor of the building, scolded the employee once, even threatened to fire him. At this moment, a bolt of thunder fell from the sky, causing Tom to fall off the terrace. To survive, he could only hold on to the cat's basket. Liam already hates his boss. Doesn't he want to fire me? Tom was pushed down by Liam. When he woke up, Tom saw a familiar body lying on the bed. So Tom's soul fell into the cat's body. He wanted to explain to his wife, but what Tom's wife heard was a cat's meow. When Tom screams with all his might, no one hears. The owner of the cat shop appeared at the right time. The owner said to Tom, "His body won't stand this too long. If by then his soul did not return in time, the rest of Tom's life will be just a cat." Tom is an alcoholic cat. It gets into the liquor shelf. Open yourself a bottle of Chateau 82, lick a few. And was so drunk that I staggered, and couldn't see the way. The next morning Tom was still drunk, and his wife didn't understand what was wrong with this cat. It refuses to eat cat food. It's very annoying. At this time, there is a guest in the house. While Tom is not here, he constantly talks bad about him. This makes Tom very angry. He went to the bathroom in that guest's bag. The next day he destroyed the whole house. No way, the wife can only invite the owner of the cat shop. He warned, if Tom doesn't do the right thing to be a cat, he will use tricks with Tom. The shop owner said this cat had not been neutered, and Tom was immediately scared, remembering the old days when he roamed the market. Now he can only eat cat food, defecate in the sand bath, and obediently let his daughter take a bath. Even though he looked embarrassed, actually he really enjoys spending time with his daughter. One day, he overheard his wife's phone call with another man. So he got jealous. His wife was teased so much that he couldn't react. Looking at his wife about to get in the car, Tom promoted the advantage of cats this time. When he got there, he discovered that his love rival was a real estate agent. Turns out his wife soon couldn't stand his temper. She originally planned to live separately after celebrating my daughter's birthday. But now, next to her, there is such a cute cat. She doesn't forget to remind herself. The last thing a husband does before going into a coma is to buy a birthday present for his daughter. At this time, the doctor called to say that her husband's condition was not very optimistic. But the daughter is optimistic that her father will definitely make it through. His wife went back to her daughter's room to watch a dance video with her father when she was a child, silently crying. It wasn't until now that Tom realized that he's really not a good husband. Even more not a good father. He decided to use the identity of a cat, to stay with his family, make up for them all the years he owes his family. The girl's best friend came to visit her, but she actually took a picture of her friend crying. When she is about to post it on social media, the cat suddenly drops the phone, then kicked the phone to her owner's feet. She picked up the phone, and understood right away. His best friend wants to justify it. He just wants to show it to the boys. If they see you weak like that, they will take care of you. Who does she want to fool through these words? The daughter exposed her and threw her phone in the toilet. Once when a girl was having a hard time doing her homework, Tom used his hairy hand to show her that's the correct answer. She began to feel that this cat really looks like his dad, but Tom's real body is in the hospital. Once again, his assistant Liam began to have bad intentions. Why not take over the company now? He found Tom's wife, wanted to advise her to give up treating Tom. Of course she didn't agree. At that moment Tom did it himself. The cat rushed up and scratched and chased Liam away. But Liam is not good either. He colluded with company shareholders. Silently take away Tom's son's power, and tell him, after tonight, the company no longer belongs to me. Now the daughter takes Tom back to the pet shop. She wants to find the owner of the shop, and ask clearly. In the shop, her father and her danced the dance when I was a child. Now the girl is sure this is her father. The boss saw this scene, feeling very touched, but if they want to restore the original state, they need to sacrifice. At this time, her mother is at the hospital calling, told Tom was in critical condition. The boss told them to go there quickly. In front of the hospital bed, the son always blames himself. He always tries to work, wanting to get dad's approval. In the end, even he can't keep his own company. So this time he wants to risk his life, completing the last jump in the building his father built. Heard that his son wanted to jump, Tom was scared to chase after, but when he got there it was too late. His son took a breath, and leaned back. Tom didn't think much of it and danced with his son. But now he found out, the son didn't want to die. He just wanted to skydive and appear in front of everyone as majestically as he did. In the air, the father and son with 4 eyes look at each other. Tom reminded his son to open his parachute, so he could land safely. But he was a bit miserable that he fell straight down. Meow, its skin hurt. Thus, the cat used her 8th life. Tom's soul finally returned to its original body. At the end of the movie, Tom and his daughter went to the pet shop, and brought the cat with 1 life back home.